Don't forget to subscribe. At the climax of The Flash, Barry Allen Ezra Miller helplessly watches as her own timeline jumps and several other superhero worlds merge, disappearing in the process. Ironically, Warner Bros. Hers faces a nearly similar dilemma that may be near existence bending. The Flash is the second of four super-budget DC movies released by the studio this year. First with Shazam in March and Blue Beetle in August and December, and Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom continues. However, these films were conceived and approved by management who had all left the studio. Instead, DC Studios' new bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran have announced a 2025 reboot of the DC series from Gunn's Superman heritage. This left Warner to face one of Rock and Hard Place's all-time worst conundrums. The 2023 DC movies are now orphans of a dying movie world, but studios still need audiences to see them in blockbuster format. It's probably inevitable, but it's a matter of timing, said a source at a competing studio. Audiences don't feel like they need to invest 2 hours of their lives in the future because they don't care. In fact, things didn't go well. According to experts outside the studio, the projected production and marketing spending for these four films will total between $1.1 billion and $1.2 billion. But Shazam 2 has already been a smash hit, grossing just $133 million worldwide. And The Flash, which just opened in the US and Canada for $55 million, grossed $135.7 million worldwide as of June 19, well below expectations. It's nowhere near the box office of a movie of this magnitude, and its costs need to reach break-even. This movie was supposed to sell for $120 million domestically, says an industry veteran who has worked on many big campaigns. This is a complete disaster, a Warner Bros. Spokeswoman declined to comment. The development of Flash also faced unprecedented difficulties because of its star. Except for attending a photo-only premiere event this month, Miller wrote in August to all those who worried and upset me about my past behavior, including several alleged misconduct. Since his apology, he has completely disappeared from public view. Abuse and physical harm, complex psychological issues cited as reasons. Hiring Christopher Plummer and replacing him with Miller was a financial failure for Warner. The actors who play the two versions of Barry appear in nearly every scene in the film and are often the only ones on screen. The studio issued a valid warning. Miller was filmed strangling a woman in Iceland in April 2020, months before production on The Flash began. To make up for the problematic lead's absence, Warner's invested heavily in TV commercials during the NBA Finals, and manager Andy Muschietti conducted several interviews in which he praised Miller without hesitation. In January, Gunn called it one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen. Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav didn't bother to qualify, directly praising The Flash as the best superhero movie at Cinemark in April. They called it the best superhero movie, and if it's not true, it's going to fail, said another competing studio executive. Under-promising or over-delivering is better in this environment.